Hello again, Matthew UK here. Today I'm going to have a look at a UK Hammock's underquilt. Just arrived. As for the colour, coyote brown? Not sure about that. More like a bit of bling man, you know what I mean? Welcome. On one of my earlier videos you would have seen me struggling with the DD underquilt, especially this particular one, which is the TW 3 metre black extra long. Now my new underquilt arrived a couple of days ago and fits perfect, absolutely perfect. And also in the other video I would have shown you the way I secure the underquilt onto the hammock as well, and everything works great. So you would have seen how small the DD was, but now take a look at this. This is a totally different story altogether. You can see it's fully encased and actually lifts the hammock up on its own, which is exactly what you need to, because it needs to be nice and tight underneath you. But compared to the DD, this is fully enveloping, and it's you can see why you pay that extra bit money. You can see why you pay an awful lot more money. Now remember, the Shug Emery, as I said before, stipulates a couple of things that must happen to make sure you get it right. Firstly, that the elastic always remains up high over your foot, where your feet go, and that it should always remain over your shoulder. Ta-da! Perfect. Totally perfect. This is what I've been waiting for. Although the summer's coming, I don't really need it, but I've still got it. So you can see the difference now between what I had and what I've now got. It is totally a different concept altogether, and that's why you pay a lot more money for this, but it's worth it. Well, I hope. We'll find out next winter. Okay, what we're going to do in a bit is we're going to look at some of the other hammocks that I've got. And to be fair to DD, I'm going to put their underquilt onto their hammocks, and I will show you how well they fit those as well, which I believe is only fair. Okay, catch up with you in a bit. This then is the DD Frontline. It was my second hammock that I ever purchased, and to be perfectly honest with you, it was very good. Still in good condition. I used it quite a lot a couple of years ago, and it got hammered, to be honest with you. I did make some little modifications on the inside, but you've seen this type of hammock plenty of times. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about underquilts. And I'm going to show you that this underquilt fits perfectly fine with this type of hammock, because it's only a thin hammock. It doesn't give you the room that the other ones do. So let's just put this one on for now. think that's how they're supposed to go, but I never used them like that at all. I attach mine like that. Just give me a little bit more working space, but inside the hammock again, loads of room. As you can see, it fits. It does its job. It's made for this particular type of hammock. And I had no problems with this system, except the fact that the hammock was a little bit small for me. It was a bit of a big leg. And there was a few other things that wanted me to try out something else. And I did see the Frontline XL, and that looked quite attractive to me, so I went for it. And that looks a bit like this. So, Frontline XL, it's huge. Look at it. It's absolutely massive, which is why I liked it. Now when you put the underquilt on, things start to go a little array, and this is where we reach really the limit of the DD underquilt, in my opinion. First wasp of the year. They don't take long to come out, do they? Now again, I don't know if this is the right way or what was intended, but I clipped them on there. And it just fits, although it does look a bit dwarfed in amongst all that material, but it does work, and I spent last winter in it. And the only reason I wanted to move forward from there is because it's so big, even though there was a great lay in it, to get the tarp right in winter meant that these were always rubbing against the tarp and did my head in. So I needed something more slimline, more usable, more winter friendly, and this wasn't really a winter friendly hammock if you need it tight pitch, you know, like a good A-frame. A couple of things I will mention though is the way the drip rings are sorted. By changing out the existing cordage and changing again to my favourite good old continuous loops made out of whoopee sling, steel, I then attached the self-supporting line to that, and inadvertently, as I hung my whoopee slings on it, it pulled this ring in the vertical position every single time, and I never ever once got any water past that. and I did use this all last year, and not once did I get any water, because that just forms perfectly. And I really do like this hammock, and it is big, it's huge, but I really do have a lot of time for it. And there were a few manufacturing problems, which maybe I was the odd one out. Let's have a look what went wrong. Okay, when I first got this hammock, the Velcro tabs didn't line up at all. There was exactly 100 mils offset, so I had to add another Velcro tab there. So, quite simply done, but it was just more annoying than anything. Also, the ends here, where it was mounted, weren't very good at all, and they were fraying, and they was brand new out of the box, and it was already coming apart, and I had to restitch those. And I added some more Velcro around the corner to stop the roll mat, or the mat that I had at the time, slipping out. And same again here. Again, a lot of stitching, a lot of melting again with a lighter, just to get this to work. But there's still, besides that, I still liked it, and I wasn't going to change it. What I liked about it was its versatility, really. Okay, there isn't really a better way of getting this mozzie net up out of the way, so I put a paracord in and just tie it up like that. Comes with its own internal ridgeline, but it's not structural, it's just there to hang your little bag on and bits and bobs, and again, perfectly useful, perfectly fine, no issues whatsoever. So there it is in its glory. I do like that hammock, and like I say, I did spend a lot of time in that last year, but that's the beauty of it. But again, no good for the winter for me personally. Now we're going to move on to my most trickiest of hammocks. I wouldn't say it's the best of the hammocks. I'd say it's definitely tricky. There's a lot going on, which is my TW Woodsman Expedition. Did I say TW Woodsman Expedition? Oops, I meant UK Hammocks Woodsman Expedition. I do apologise, Matt, sincerely. Right, one of my earlier videos, or actually my first video, which was done by phone and was very wiggly and wobbly, this was the hammock that I had in it, and I was having a few issues with it. Couldn't quite get it comfortable, couldn't quite get in there and get it right, and I think that again was down to the underquilt not fitting properly, as I said previously. But now I've got the right underquilt for the right hammock, and together it's a fantastic system. I don't foresee any cold nights in the future, as long as I don't go below -15. Highly unlikely where I live, but it is possible. It is possible. Again, this is a double-layered one. My new whoopee slings that I made last night for it. Well, let's pop the underquilt on again and watch it envelope the hammock entirely. Oops. It's just lost in the bling, innit? Coyote brown? Coyote brown? More like bling gold. So there you go. That hammock looked big just a minute ago, now it looks small contained within that underquilt. So that, apart from one other, which is my Snug Pack Jungle, which my son uses at this moment in time, that's all I've got left now. Anything else is all gone. And this is really that, and my TW 3 meter is going to be my go-to hammocks. I'm afraid the DD stuff is gone now. I'll keep it for use for my mates when they want to borrow it, because it's perfectly adequate. There's nothing wrong with it, but I have moved on a little bit. So let's hope this works. Hopefully this will have longevity as well, and I'll be able to get a few weekends out of it. I should hope so for the money I paid for it. But let's go for it. So that was just a quick look at the hammocks that I've got, why I changed out the sleeping systems, why I changed over from the DD to the UK and TW hammocks, made in the UK, really good quality stuff, made at home. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that. I think maybe if you want to have a look at certain things, like the way I hang them, the mounting spikes and anything else that I've got going on, please ask, and I'll do a separate video for those. But anyhow, that's what I've got, and that's how I use it, and hope you enjoyed that. Okay, thank you.